Welcome back to the parking lot preview. Here we are. It feels like it's been a while, at least for me, maybe for Matt. We're here though. We're back at it. Saturday, July 15th. Another game for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks taking on the Bourne Braves today. Hyannis coming in 16-12-1. Bourne coming in 15-13-1. I'm Mike Maynard alongside Matt Coates and our special guest of the day, Nico Sharp. We finally got him out here. He's been a little bit hesitant, but today we got him out and he seems somewhat excited. He's ready to go. Nico, how you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to be a part of it. I've watched a few of your guys' things, but I'm really excited to be here, and talk about the game a little bit.
I heard they're really good. I heard watching them on YouTube is really good. I mean, I watch them every time, but from people I've heard, they're really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's always good stuff.
And everybody watching always tells their friends about every video.
Have to.
Yeah.
Have to. Yeah,
you tell all your friends about.
Oh, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, awesome. Matt, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Like you mentioned, it feels like it's been a while, Mike. I don't think I've been on the show in about a week, which is far too long. So I'm excited to be back and excited to watch a great baseball game tonight.
Yeah, you heard it. Matt Coates has been slacking lately, but he's back at it again. We're all ready to go. We're all amped, excited, ready for another Harbor Hawks game. We'll recap last game really quick before we move into tonight's game. A 15-6 victory over Chatham, guys. Really big win. Maybe the most runs scored all season. I don't know. I'm going to call it right now. I'm hoping it is. Most runs scored all season. Haven't done the research, but a lot of runs regardless. Nico, you were up in the booth. You may not have seen too much from that game. What did you see out of the guys, though, last night?
Yeah, so I'm working in the production booth, but I do get to catch a lot of the game. Just super excited to see our offense, kind of produce, throughout the game. We always talk about up in the booth where it always seems like we have like 1 inning or 2 innings of cooking numbers, and then where it's a lot of zeros. So it's been good to see in the past couple games that our offense just seems to be producing runs throughout the entire game. Our bullpen's been great, throughout the season. That's been a no doubt, but it's been really great to see us produce runs throughout the game and stay consistent in that.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, a lot of guys getting in the hit column last night and a lot of runs being put on the board. 9 different Harbor Hawks with a hit last night. Unbelievable stuff. And like you mentioned with the bullpen, 5 shutout innings from the bullpen last night. Super huge in a game like that. So, I want to get your view, Matt. You wrote the player of the game story last night. What did you see out of the game last night?
Yeah, I think Nico makes a great point. Often the Harbor Hawks have played in spurts, but recently it seems like that's changing. You've seen as we've gone on 2 3+ game win streaks within the past 2 weeks, we're playing more complete baseball, and that was on full display last night. 15 runs, but you mentioned it, player of the game last night. It was an easy choice, Mike. Brody Donay, 2 for 4 with 2 homers, one of them being a grand slam. He scored another run, so 3 runs scored and 6 RBIs for Mr. Donay behind the dish last night. Phenomenal game. We know he's great, coach knows he's great, and last night he showed just how great he is.
An unbelievable game for the whole team last night, really up and down the roster, and we've seen this Harbor Hawks team really be good at coming back when they're down in games. But last night, got an early lead and held on to it. That was one of the few times that we've seen that this season, so good to see that when the Harbor Hawks do get out to an early lead, they are capable of holding on to it and taking home the win. Anyways, we'll move on. Opponent's last game for Bourne was a 4-2 loss to Orleans last night, so they're coming off a loss. Harbor Hawks coming off a win. Not saying anything, but keep the momentum, keep it going. But tonight's matchup for the pitchers on the mound to start, Zach Volker starting on the mound for Hyannis, the righty out of Iowa. This will be his 4th appearance. He's already had 3 appearances, all starts so far this season. 1-1 so far with a 4.76 ERA and 12 strikeouts in 11 innings pitched. So Volker was a guy who was here last year. We've seen good stuff from him this year. He ended up winning a player of the game just recently in his last start, I believe. So he's had some good stuff out there. I believe it was 5 no-hit innings last time out against Wareham. So Volker's been one of those guys that's been super solid in the rotation for the Harbor Hawks, and we're hoping for another good game out of him. Nico, I want to go to you. You've been a pitcher previously in your career. What have you seen out of the pitchers for Hyannis this year, and especially Zach Volker so far?
Well, yeah, you said, I think Zach Volker is a huge change. He got roughed up a little bit in the game in Katuitt early in the year, but he a great bounce back in Wareham. He's attacked early. He was able to use all of his pitch sequences in any count he wanted to, which makes any pitcher dangerous. He was working both sides of the plate early in the game. He really set his tone early, and he just stayed with it and stayed consistent. And it just seemed like he had Wareham off balance, the whole game. He could spin it early. He could back it up early. He could really do what he wanted to all game, and Wareham just never could get on time with him.
Yeah, we're hoping to see more of that. It's amazing to get in the mind of Nico Sharp. Obviously, great analysis, him being a broadcaster himself. Love to hear it. Thank you so much, Nico, for that. I want to go to you, Matt, for Bourne's pitcher on the mound tonight. What do you got for me on Ryan Fisher?
Yeah, so Ryan Fisher is starting tonight for Bourne. So far in the Cape, he's had 4 appearances with 2 starts, posting a 2.4 ERA, 17 Ks over 15 innings. So only 4 appearances, so not a huge sample size, but so far he's done great. A 2.4 ERA in the Cape League, no joke, we know that. So expect a good matchup tonight with Volker, who's hot off a no-hitter over 5 innings, and Mr. Fisher with a 2.4 ERA so far this summer.
Yeah, should be a great pitching matchup. Last night, obviously, a high-scoring game. Maybe we see a different one tonight. Who knows? But we're hoping for a good competitive game and hoping for a Harbor Hawks win, obviously, out of that. But we'll move on to a question that I have for Mr. Nico Sharp. I mentioned it a little bit earlier. He's a broadcast producer with our Hyannis Harbor Hawks, putting in that hard work every game, like you said, putting up those graphics and in the booth. Not even getting to really enjoy the game, watch the game all the time, but putting in that hard work that we all appreciate so much. I just I'm just curious, what's your experience been like so far as a broadcast producer for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks this summer?
It's been amazing. I've learned a lot. They've really taught me a lot throughout the season, just working graphics, using instant replay, and it's been really nice. You know, our bosses, Abby and Austin, they really give us free reign. They want us to get creative. They want us to do more stuff. So it seems like every day we have something new on the broadcast that, like, you know, we want like a new graphic to talk about, or like slowing down instant replays. We have a lot of stuff on there, so it's really fun to be able to use that and change up the graphics and give the viewers something really fun to look at.
Yeah, 100%. I was a broadcast producer myself last summer, and let me tell you, they're doing crazy things this year that we weren't capable of last year. And hey, good for you guys. I couldn't even dream of doing the stuff that you guys are doing. If you haven't checked out a broadcast already, check it out live on the YouTube channel here. Beautiful stuff, the graphics. I even saw last night you were putting in live at bats and what they had done previous. Oh my goodness. It was some crazy stuff, people. Go check it out. These guys are putting in hard work. Stuff that you wouldn't even imagine people have to do. Like, you don't think about this type of stuff when you're just watching a ball game, but there's people behind the scenes doing all this hard work, and here we got one right sitting next to me today. Thank you, Nico, for all your hard work, though. I appreciate it. I know we all do. Matt, I don't got anything for you. We'll move on to our player of the game picks. Like we touched on, Brody Donay last night won our player of the game. I want to move into our picks for tonight. Matt, sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you, but I want to know your pick for player of the game tonight. I'm going to start with you. Save the best for first. Go ahead.
I appreciate that, Mike. And I'm really excited about this pick because tonight against the Bourne Braves, this is the first time all season we've gone into this matchup ahead of them in the standings. Like I talked about, our 2 win streaks recently, we've jumped to second place in the West Division, pushing Bourne down to third. So it seems like a new dynamic in this matchup that I'm really excited for. And my pick, Will Taylor, I'm hoping he takes advantage of that new dynamic. I think he's been a little bit quiet over the past week or so, but that's not to knock from him. He's a great player. We know he's capable of great things. Excellent glove in the outfield, excellent speed on the base pass. I think he's going to wreak havoc today and make a name for himself.
You talked about the standings, too. Like you said, second in the West right now for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. I don't know if you guys saw, but the official Cape Cod Baseball League, the Twitter account, Instagram account, put out the power rankings today. Hyannis in 5th place. Unbelievable, in my opinion. I want to get, what are your guys' opinions on that? 5th place?
Look, we've
record.
had our struggles so far this season. We fell out of the power rankings last week. But there's a reason we are where we are. You need to reflect that in this most recent week and our recent trajectory. I think we need to be higher in those rankings, but that's all right. We like to prove ourselves, and we'll prove it as we push into the playoffs.
Love to hear that. Nico, I want to get your opinions. 5th in the power rankings so far right now. That's right in the middle of the Cape League. What have you seen out of this team, though?
Yeah, so I was pretty surprised just because of the week we've had. But, early in the season, it just felt like we were just a 500 team. We'd win one, lose one, win one, lose one. And we really couldn't stack those wins together. And we're seeing that in the past week. So that's why I was a little surprised to see us still down at the 5. But I think the way we've been playing, putting both scoring and our pitching's been great. So putting that together, I think we're a really dangerous team, and we're about to go up quickly.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, too, the team being able to come from behind and face adversity and just, go right at it and come back in those games that we're down. Maybe a little underdog mentality with the power rankings might spark some fire into the guys and keep the wins going. But, we'll see tonight. Obviously, I'm not trying to create any controversy, but move us up in the power rankings for the next one. Anyways, I'll move on to my player of the game pick for tonight. I'm going to go with Austin Kelly, our catcher. Wow, Matt has a bug on his finger.
Wow.
See if we can get a close-up. That's crazy. I don't know if this guy's got a stinger, but hey now.
Landed right on him.
We're live. This is one take, baby.
That's good luck, right?
I don't think so.
No, you have to keep him on your finger.
All right.
Do not move.
What is that?
Keep the I don't know. I think I want to flicker.
No.
Dude, I don't.
I'm going to get rid of her.
Oh, we're going to lose now. If we lose,
wow, you sent it.
If we lose tonight, Matt Coates is why. Anyways, moving on. Who did I pick? Austin Kelly. That's right. Catcher / first baseman. He's been at first base for most of the season now. But, he's been in the DH role, been in the catcher role. We'll see where he plays tonight. Hopefully he plays. I pick a lot of guys that don't get in the lineup. We don't have a lineup right now. But lefty bat going against the righty pitcher. I like the matchup for him. He's been super consistent over the season. I'm hoping to have a big game out of him tonight and hopefully lead to a win for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. I didn't forget about you, Nico. I want to get your pick for player of the game tonight. Who you liking tonight?
Yeah, I gotta go with my boy York tonight. You know, kind of the same mentality, the lefty-righty matchup. I like his matchup. Just the way he's swinging the bat. You know, it just seems like that's a guy who can do it all. We saw him put one over the scoreboard, but then we see him inconsistent at bats, using his hands and just slapping it away and getting a base hit. You know, so it's a guy who really can do it all. Uses his hands, goes up the middle. You know, just slaps, uses his wrists, slaps it away. I mean, it's a guy who can do it all. You know, he's not just a pull heavy, big swing. You know, pull side. He's gonna use the whole ball field. So I just love his swings, love his ABs. 2 strikes, he's never out of it. You know, I just love the ABs he's been putting together. So I think he's gonna have a big night against a right-handed pitcher tonight.
I love that pick. I think he's right now currently leading the team in batting average, if I'm not wrong about that. So really a great guy to be consistently getting hits in the lineup. And you know, I've been picking guys that aren't in the lineup. He's most likely going to be in the lineup. He's been on fire as of joining the Harbor Hawks recently. Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say. Anyways, Zach York, yeah, great pick. You know, like you said, getting those base hits, but also has that power in him and can show it at times. So we'll see. Hopefully a big game out of all 3 guys that we picked tonight. Will the Whale Taylor. No reason behind that name. Zach York and Austin Kelly. Hopefully they'll have a big night. Anyways, I think that's all we have. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching the Parking Lot Preview. I'm Mike Maynard alongside Matt Coates. Thank you, Nico Sharp, for pulling up. I hope it wasn't too bad. I know you're a little hesitant. Hey, we got it done.
No, I loved it.
Hey, you're welcome back.
I would love to come back. I would love to come back. Thank you guys for having me.
You heard it here. Nico's coming back. We'll get his analysis on another game. Appreciate you guys for watching, though. Thank you so much. And on that note, go Hawks.
Go Hawks.